Good afternoon, everyone. Well, it's afternoon here. I'm going to talk a little bit about the idea of unsettledness and talk about what helps me when I'm unsettled, and I thought it might be fun to get a video request or a video response about what other people do. But I thought I'd show you some progress. I'm getting some of my fall autumn decorations up. I got some scented candles, which I really love, and some cheap little glass holders from Pier 1, which is down the street from me. So I got some of that started. And I pulled out my my decorations I've had for years. I made this garland of little corn, the dried corn. I just took some hemp string and knotted it together and made a garland of them. I always hang this over my my kitchen sink every year. And I have one of those little glittery leaf things. And oh yeah, I always have this this leaf. I've had this for years. It's like, I think they're actually real leaves that have had, I forget what they use, glycerin or something on them to get them to stay. Every year I pull that one out. And my fall tablecloths, something, I don't know if other people do this too, but if you can get the right kind of fabric, you don't even have to hem it. I've become a big fan of the frayed edge. And it's a real cheap way to get a nice tablecloth. And then the fabric and craft store, I saw they had the Halloween lights there the other day, and I knew they were going to go on sale because they always put them on sale early, like 40% off. So I went back today and I got some new strands of those. And oh yeah, I got my little corn out for my other altar and some new glass, red glass candle holders for some little scented tea lights that I got. And my corn here, I may do something else there yet, I don't know. Oh, and then I showed the other day these, how I'm encasing my cyanotype in glass, and I had a couple of some scrap glass that it's a stained glass store that I get my glass from, and I don't solder very often, so I always like to have something to practice on, and I didn't know what I was going to put in these, and then I remembered I have all these great Polaroids. Unfortunately, they don't make this kind of film. They make a new kind of film, but I don't think it doesn't have the same quality. You can still get this one, but it'll be expired and questionable. But I have these, this is a double exposure I made. It's Ghosts Having Tea. And then this was, of course, Gutting Pumpkins. And I'm going to encase those in the glass. And then I'll practice on them. And I'll have some new little Halloween decorations, or perhaps even put them for sale on Etsy. As you can see, I pulled out my fall sweater. I pull that out every year. So that's my my fall decorations so far. I'm actually doing better than I did last year. I think I got out stuff like right before Halloween last year. So I'm right on schedule, ahead of schedule. And this is an unsettled week, because we're getting ready to take my son, my baby, down to UCLA and leave him there at the dorm. And my husband had to travel this week for work, any number of things, and so it's been hard for me to focus on really going ahead with my artwork and my art series and things. And yesterday I was really feeling it. I was really feeling this, well, I guess it's kind of an anxiety, but it's not that extreme. So for me, it's just this kind of unsettled feeling. And I got through the day, and there are some different things that I find that are really helpful, and I'm curious to see what other people find helpful. I know there are different herbs that are good. For me, physical activity is good. Getting out for a walk even when I don't feel like it. I was just really exhausted yesterday afternoon, but I made myself go to Aikido anyway, and it was actually a real vigorous practice. There was a lot of throwing into high rolls and stuff, and so it really got the blood flowing, so that was helpful. And I find just focusing on something kind of outside of my head is real good too. That's why I started getting out more decorations and just kind of grounding in the house. I think it's not unusual to feel unsettled at the change of the seasons too, which we're coming up on right away. And then something I had gotten from my gynecologist of all things, he suggested L-theanine. It's an amino acid, is helpful for anxiety, and I didn't know that, so I took it for a month, and I didn't really notice that big a change, but when I ran out, then I started feeling, something feels different here, so I actually think it's helpful. So I went and I got some more of that. You can just get it at your natural food store. And of course, just kind of nurturing oneself. I think all of us who are busy and have families, we don't, even if we don't have families, if we're busy with our work, particularly if we're in a field where it's service-oriented towards others, we sometimes don't take the time that we need for ourselves. So I think yesterday afternoon I just decided, I knew I was going to practice, but after that I thought, I'm just going to settle. I'm going to be comfortable. And today as well, I had a chiropractic appointment for my lower back, and so I decided just to not go out for my really long walk that I usually do, that I would just, I got a few more things for the house, did some errands, and just decided I'm going to take it easy and nurture myself. So I think sometimes for anxiety and unsettledness, just nurturing, allowing ourselves to give ourselves time, to let ourselves be comfortable. If we have the opportunity to do that, take it. And I'm curious to hear what other people do. What do you do when you're unsettled? What do you do when you feel like life is getting overwhelming? What are the little tricks that you use? I'd be interested to hear what everybody else has to say. So again, we're at Wednesday, the middle of the week again, coming up on the weekend, coming up on the equinox. So we're getting right into it, and I hope you're all doing well, and we'll talk to you all soon. Hope to hear from you. Let me know what you do about your unsettledness. Okay, bye.